Hello guys, welcome one, welcome all to the ESL One Mumbai 2019 India Qualifiers free-for-all. Coming soon versus LXG Esports in a best of 3 that's bound to reach full of excitement. It's coming soon is only one game away from potentially getting that 2-0 and advancing to the losers brackets finals, where they will have to face ROG Titans, a completely new opponent. Let's see if Coming Soon can prove their worth a second time after destroying LXG in the first game of this series. We're here, of course, in the official ESL channel, so if you do enjoy this content or Dota in general or esports as a whole, do remember to follow us on Twitch or like on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube, wherever you're watching us, you know. And before we get into the draft, let me present myself. My name is... I almost forgot my name. My name is D Swordfish. I'll be your caster for today, and joining me today will be Wingblade Dota. How you doing, Wingblade?
Glad to be here. I hope this game is a bit more exciting than the last one, because as a former carry player, I just related too much with this Void. It's just so painful to see someone just not being able to do anything and trying so hard. It feels bad. I was Pepper Hansing quite hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, this time we maybe get to see a carry bounty hunter, so are you excited about that? No, I'm kidding, it's not Navi.
Well, it could be offlane bounty hunter.
I know, it's most likely offlane bounty hunter, right? I don't think
like,
it's...
This bounty hunter is just so annoying against melee carries.
Yep. I mean, we saw it yesterday.
A Lifestealer or a Jug and you just get slapped every few seconds. And it's such a hard slap that your money gets spanked into another dimension, which is Bounty Hunter's pocket.
Yeah, it's a very complicated mechanics. It feels like you're playing against the Thief in Final Fantasy, or against the Bounty Hunter. So it's a good pickup against the Juggernaut. We saw it really effectively against the Lifestealer. In general, these melee carriers, like you mentioned, that usually tend to win the lane, or have some sort of sustain to keep themselves in lane. Bounty is just fantastic, because the longer you stay in lane, the more Janatas you can get out, right? So it's a good pickup. I like that they went for the Conquer early, and Coming Soon clearly seeing some value in that Shadow Demon. So, okay. We'll see how that works out for them. I like the Shadow Demon pickup with the Conquer, to be honest. And you can actually run Rubik position 4 completely. What is LXG looking like, though? Magnus Juggernaut to start off with, so we have the classic and power combo.
Yeah, I already like LXG's draft more than last time. The Jug is gonna be quite strong, even if there is some defensive utility in the Shadow Demon. I feel like this Jug is gonna have the opportunity to get quite fat, because Grimstroke and Pugna are gonna be able to do a lot of the fighting, especially since Coming Soon has 3 squishy heroes so far.
Yeah, that's true. They can definitely take advantage of this. The Pugna also is fantastic against Conquer in the lane, so that gives you a considerable advantage in the mid lane. I don't know. I think if Pugna plays his cards well, you can actually once you get level 3, you pretty much destroy the Conquer lane. You're actually, it's one of the few times that as Pugna you can actually go for the double decrep early, just to completely cancel Conquer's potential farm, as opposed to Nether Blast to harass him. It depends on how aggressive you want to play this. And it's just really good. LXG has a pretty solid draft right now. I think I agree with you. What would you like to see as the last picks?
Well, Coming Soon needs building damage, because they have some hero killing, they have some tankiness, they have some stuns, but they have absolutely nothing that even comes close to hitting a tower. So they need some kind of sieging hero, or just a right-click carry that gets really fat. As far as LXG, I would like to see just a setup stun. Like, just some way to initiate and actually catch people. Because Magnus is nice, but he's not really reliable. And the same could be said again about Grimstroke. So having a hero like a Slidar or a Sentai or a Sven, which is unfortunately banned, a hero like that would be very good for them. Even like a Sand King. We don't see this hero very often anymore. But I feel like if you can place the Sand King in lane against Bounty, it's gonna be really strong.
Sure, he would dominate the lane against Bounty, but I do kind of worry, because now the way that you play a Sand King nowadays is kind of abusing the Sandstorm, and obviously Bounty is fantastic against that. Not sure. Well, because you just need to sentry him, or before he gets to put the Sandstorm down, you just track him. And then even if he wants to do his shenanigans to try to run away, you always see him, and he has no way to dispel it until he gets Lotus Orb or something like that, which is... Or Yules.
I was more thinking about the lane.
No, the lane is definitely for Sanking. You're totally right. Like, he will dominate the lane.
You're gonna win that one quite hard,
Yeah, yeah.
and I mean, track is track. There is kind of no avoiding it, but as a Sand King, you can get a use at some point. So we do see the slider coming out, like just the stun, always good.
Yeah.
And slider is probably a bit more meta than Sand King right now. Also, it's quite nice against Kunkka because of the amplify. Actually gives you a viable way to kill him without committing literally every single spell in your arsenal.
He should still be... You can actually still run the Slaughter versus Bandy if you want to, and still win the lane pretty hard, honestly.
Yeah, it's decent.
He does suffer from the issue that you're going to be vulnerable to the Jinada, something that Sanking, for example, wouldn't be, but yeah. If you play your cards right.
If you lane him with the Grimstroke, you actually have some kill potential on Bounty.
Oh yeah,
Usually it's hard to kill a Bounty because he has the Infest, but also insane starting stats. But with Grimstroke Slider, you should be able to make some stuff happen. Yeah. It's a bit weird though, because on LXG they don't really have obvious Grimstroke synergy.
What are you talking about? Double the Crip? It's the best ability you can go for.
And then you can like double Omni Slash and deal 0 damage.
That's actually not true, by the way.
You can go for the Decrep Amplify Damage synergy.
Exactly. Decrep Amplify Damage, man. You can hit them with whatever damage type you want, and it's just amplified. It's fantastic. Just in case some viewers, though, because this has happened to me before, he's kidding about the Omni Slash thing. We know this doesn't go double Omni Slash, just, like, please. Before they come in swarms and says, who's this guy? You're right, they don't have the Grimstroke synergy. How necessary do you think it is to actually run Grimstroke synergy, though? Because I've seen this, like, obviously Double Doom is fantastic and stuff like that, but is it, like, is the hero just good without it? It's fine, right?
I feel like it's just a nice bonus. It's like picking an IO hero. I feel like IO is generally pretty good with his utility, but if you have a hero like Luna Gyro with it, he just gets elevated. So if you have like a Doom with a Grimstroke, it's like it just makes the hero 20% better. Not as few as 19% and 21% would be absurd, so something like 20%.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad that you have the very precise mathematics here. What do you like, what draft do you like more now that we come into the end of the drafts?
Before I make my decision about that, I always like thinking about the lane matchup. So we're gonna have Pugna against Kunkka, which is slightly Pugna favored. We have a PA lane, who's gonna be against probably Slider Grimstroke, and then Bounty against the Jug Magnus. So only really the top lane is gonna be favored for the Radiant. So I do like LXG's draft a bit more, however I feel like the execution has been slightly lacking, so I feel like this game is roughly 50-50.
I have to agree with you. I would go into this. Oh wait, Divine, and as we're talking about, ooh, very good use of the Shockwave there, and they still have the Slithering Crush. Good Inkswell, they can get a kill onto Divine. They're diving him under the tower, and they're gonna try their best. Okay, who's leading this dive? Definitely don't let the Grimstroke tank. Don't let the Pugna tank either. Divine actually heals up to the south. They have 4 heroes chasing him down in the trees. Divine, where are the TPs? Nobody's helping him out. Instead, they're trying to do the same thing as Kaneki, but Kaneki is a bit harder to kill under that tower, especially because you don't have the heroes for it. First blood goes to the Pugna. That is fantastic because he's the mid laner after all. And yeah, that's the best start you could possibly have as a mid laner. Get the first blood. So.
To answer your question about the TPs, they're all on cooldown for another.
Oh right, I'm an absolute idiot. You're totally right. Yep. I regret even. Yep. Well, that's it. That's my career. Wow. Yeah. I'm just gonna take that back and go to the go back to the lanes and to the draft, where we will be seeing, like I was mentioning, the lanes, or like you were saying, the lane's better for the LXG guys, but at the same time the execution has been better for coming soon. However, this time, I don't know, I just find it really difficult to fight some of these lanes. The Kunkka Pugna one especially, and Pugna's a hero that if you dominate the lane can actually have a huge impact in the game, because he brings both push and killing potential, and is really cheap build up. But we'll see. I've never seen a competitive Kunkka ever beat a Pugna in lane, so.
I'm just a little bit worried about the Jug. Like, there is nothing really stopping Bounty from taking all of his gold and taking over this game. Like, the other lanes are fine for them, but if Jug doesn't get farmed, they cannot lack that, like, carry potential, because even the fattest Pugna in the world is gonna die in 2 seconds if he's out of position. They need this Jug to get farmed somehow. So I hope that at some point they're gonna rotate some heroes to try to deal with this Bounty, because yesterday we saw bounties like spiral completely out of control because they were left alone. So I hope LXG doesn't make that mistake.
It's just a very deceptive amount of gold because you're just not used to this mechanic. I find that yesterday, for example, they weren't able to read how much gold and how useful the bounty was, simply because the Janata kind of gives you this deceptive idea, like how much is 17 gold every hit. You don't really know. He's actually going for a very offensive build, if you notice. Not the second point into the invisibility for the potential gank, but instead pointed to a shuriken toss.
It's one of the best level 1 abilities.
It is, yeah.
It's 150 damage. It's really insane.
But would you recommend going for this build? I mean, if you're not threatening laned, obviously, but usually I think the potential to evade a gank is quite important.
Yeah, I think it's actually fine, because you have boots before the Jug, and you know that you're kind of destroying him in lane, so even if he does go for the spin, you can simply run away. It's kind of pointless to also go for the invisibility. Yeah. So far, Kunkka is doing a really good job though, mid.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job.
12-1 up against the 7-1 Pugna, who had first blood, mind you.
Yeah, it's very true. Again, this is one of those situations where you could opt for the Decrep build against the Kunkka. The Pugna's not playing particularly aggressively. We've seen him like kind of roam around, but as a Pugna, you can really just run circles around the Kunkka, literally. You have so much. They just really can't hit you when the Decrep fight comes up, so it's just fantastic. He now has the 2 points in the Decrep. He now is able to actually use it to just stop the Kunkka from last hitting, and he should be able to harass him out of lane. Level 3, level 4 is usually when the power spike comes in for him, and you can see this happening now. Good, good, good. Though I would like for him to put a bit more damage against Moon, but whatever. He's starting to get the denies now, he's starting to win the lane. This is what I expected more of this lane. The Kunkka playing quite well, but HMY is starting to actually put the pressure.
He's running out of mana though. He only has like 2 decreps left in him, with maybe a blast. On top, we see the Banish coming out on Magnus. He has 5 stacks, and he is gonna go down.
No,
however, Kaneki does get the counter kill, so I guess that's worth it, because you really need farm on this Jug.
Yeah, the Juggernaut, or sorry, the combination of Bounty Hunter plus Shadow Demon only has kill potential if the Jug kind of screws up here and it puts himself out of position. He went for 2 points with Shuriken Toss, but at the same time, they're going to harass the Jug out of lane, so these kind of kills are very, very important to keep him back in place. The Kunkka is also winning his lane now, which again is very surprising. It's probably the lack of mana on the Pugna. And again, this is why you usually use the Crep against Kunkka as opposed to Nether Blast. He has way too much HP for you to bring him down. You can't harass him out of lane, rarely. But you can stop him from lasting.
Oh, that feels so bad.
Yeah, he had a new bottle as well. And yeah.
Sipping up your entire bottle and running to a rune and then having a support take it right under you, know.
It's a good support to use it as well. It's a Rubik, huh? You can take advantage of this. I mean, I guess it's only level 3, so it's not a big deal. How's bottom?
You see the bounty completely snowballing, but Slider doesn't... I mean, Slider is doing decently, but it's not even close to comparable.
No, you're totally right.
That being said...
Fly Solo could die again to Kaneki. Kaneki getting this bit of, I guess, helpful gold. Disruption in 7 seconds. He does have the TP soon as well. I don't think he's going to die here. Kaneki tried his best, but without the support, it's just very difficult to do this. And the Magnus is getting completely destroyed this lane. They're going to use the Shrine here for more pressure. And I love this build on the Bounty, actually. He saw that he's winning the lane completely. Why go for invisibility? Go for 2 points of Shuriken Toss. Just absolutely max out your damage. I mean, the chances they can kill you are quite low right now. They don't have much kill potential unless they rotate the Grimstroke.
And the Bounty has face boots. Meanwhile, the Jug doesn't even have normal boot.
It's actually making a huge difference, right? Because you have a 2 melee matchup. Movement speed here is so important to be able to get those important hits off like Janata's.
I would instantly try to rotate this Pugna to top. They need to stop this bounty right now. The longer this bounty is gonna be in this top lane, the harder it's gonna be for them to win the game. They're leading by 1k now, but if they leave it like this, every single Radiant hero is gonna start scaling in this lane.
Wow, another rune stolen. They even hit him with a torrent. They're actually playing around with him, and they got the ghost ship ready. Goodbye, HMY. The crap actually stops some of the damage from the Kunkka. He gets life drain off, but Kunkka just bursts you down. That's the problem. Now you got ghost ship. And here's where the matchup actually gets shifted around with the Kunkka versus Pugna. Oh, wait, careful. Kaneki in the top lane about to die. They kill his healing ward. Extra gold for RR, but no actual kill against Kaneki. The bottom lane, they're going to get the PA apparently. Very close to getting the kill, but not one last bash. Sloppy micro, the healing ward. Yeah, we've seen this a lot in these qualifiers, right?
Yep. And it's one of the most important things about Jug, your healing word micro. Because if you can keep it alive through the entire duration, it's gonna be 50% of your HP healed. Like, he could be at almost full HP right now if he didn't let his healing word die. He wouldn't have to buy tangos, and it's basically like a bonus 150 gold or something like that. Because it saves consumables.
And it's also a lot of extra gold for the bounty. Like that 75 gold is not something to be scoffed at, especially in the early game. HMY started to lose. This is what I talk about, by the way. The shift in the Pugna Kunkka matchup is actually immediate at level 6. Because usually as Pugna, you get such a huge power spike at level 6 because you life drain and you kill most heroes that really can't cancel your life drain. Here comes Kunkka, sorry, who has 3 skills to cancel your life drain. Super easy. If he actually life drain Kunkka, he wants to get sucked off. So you are able to destroy the Pugna super easily, and the crep is no longer an issue because you deal way too much magical damage with Ghost Ship. So Pugna has to win the early game, get to level 6 earlier than Kunkka. This did not happen, which is incredibly surprising. And I think it's mainly because of how the Kunkka played.
He can't do anything about this. He doesn't have boots, so he just gets slapped.
Yeah, he didn't even bother using the Shuriken and the creep for extra style points. Look how dominant this bounty is. And
LXG really needed to start rotating heroes earlier, because we can see that from an equilibrium position, 2 of their lanes are now losing, and PA is like not having a great time, but she's still getting farmed.
And they're gonna kill the Rubik in the bottom lane. Not bad by the Slardar. He doesn't have amplified damage just yet. Impossible to kill the PA. Well, with the help of the Pugna, they might be able to dive him. Okay, where are the TPs? Yeah, the cap comes in.
Have a TP though.
Yeah, the life drain is actually gonna hit the PA. Okay, the TPs are finally here. Phantom Strike, but it's not enough to give him time. Bounty Hunter finally ready to join in. I'm not entirely sure Bounty had a TP before. Well, he's gonna get the kill to Pasot anyway. Oh, okay, the crap actually staying Pasot just barely. Has a lot of movement speed, but he's fighting against that ghost as well. He has the Legionada, last hit. That track gold is actually kind of worth it, regardless if you die or not. Get the track onto HMY here. RR still surviving, quite fast. There it is, the track, disruption. Don't continue this. Way too greedy, way too greedy. Don't go for the kill. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. You're never way too greedy on this bounty hunter. He has way too much mobility. Those drums help, and he can just kite around whatever carry comes to him. No small sprint on this Slardar. Are they going to go for another counter kill? No, Grimstroke is finally here to help. Wow, this bounty is absolutely snowballing. He's actually going for the Yasha build straight up as opposed to the utility, which is totally correct here.
You don't really see that much offline bounties go for utility these days. When they added the crit to the track, right click items just scale so well on him. And I like getting the Yasha as opposed to the Deso, because if he can get a Manta, he can get rid of Amplify, he can get rid of Decreprify, he can get rid of the Grimstroke Ghost, he can tank only slashes. Manta is just an insane item this game.
Yeah, it's a very, very good item. I agree. In addition to the, bye bye Rubik. Killed off. With the drums build, the extra movement speed Manta provides actually super useful. Now it's just a very early value item. He can kill Pasot maybe. I mean, that Grimstroke is not really doing much. He just manages to steal the rune. He's gonna die anyway here, giving the track gold to the bounty. Phantom Strike to finish him off. Oh, Skewer saving his life, but the Stifling Tower condemns him. Of course, that extra vision from the track so useful. They try to kill R, missed that shockwave. He's still quite fast. Amplified damage. Oh, he's gonna actually go in with a Shuriken, dealing the extra bit of damage. Still hitting with the tracks, hoping to kill this Slardar. And Divine wants to turn him into sushi. Start to slice and dice, but Pinkman way too tanky, and they're afraid of that slithering crush. But Bounty survives again. That extra movement speed is ridiculous, honestly. Drums plus track plus face boots, you can't catch this guy.
It's also worth keeping in mind that he has 18 armor at 11 minutes, so the Amplify barely even scratches him.
Mm-hmm.
You amplify the bounty, well, he
Nope.
still has more armor than you, Slider.
Yeah, bottom lane, I think they might actually kill Pinkman. Yeah, snipe with the Grimstroke, Stroke of Fate, stolen by Zap. Good job. As in the top lane, they go for the Juggernaut. This is a really bad position to be in. Kaneki doesn't see anyone on the map, and he's still quite confident. Can they cancel this TP just with damage? They can't. Okay, that's why. That's why he was so confident. Played for your TP. I forgot how strong that is.
I think they should smoke on LXG side. They need to somehow kill this bounty. Like, killing PA is nice, but it doesn't even really matter that much. You need to stop this bounty, you need to stop this Kunkka.
Okay, Silence stopped the PA, Stroke of Fate, Slithering Crush misses, and that's really bad. Now comes a Kunkka with the revenge kill. Goodbye, Pinkman. As he suffers the damage of Divine and Moon, Pinkman uses the Magic Stick with the Infused Raiders as well, hoping to get some of that regen back, but he just doesn't have it. There's just way too much damage. Pasota's in the same position, track, and they see him, so there's no hiding in the trees, Pasot. Now, and now with the Janata as well, you help push this tower. Here's your set. They actually went for 2 points in Shuriken over Max and Janata first. Or, sorry, 1 point in Shadow Walk over Max and Janata, but it doesn't really matter at this point.
Jug is finding a bit of space to farm up in the jungle, but he needs so much, just like last game. He needs to be ahead of the enemies. If, like right now, 3 of Coming Soon's heroes are out farming him. And he has a Magnus, who is basically like, not a hero, just so that he can farm.
Yep. But the track makes it very difficult. Oh, wait. Bottom lane, they're going to find the Slardar. They do take the tower first. Okay, this could be in trouble though. They have Almond Slash as well on Kaneki. And Fly Solo will sacrifice himself here to give Kaneki or Moon the chance to escape. I don't even know if they would have been able to kill Moon, to be honest, as long as he was just running away, but fair enough, secure your
Maybe
game.
if he went for the double Omni Slash.
Yeah, he missed that. He missed that opportunity. Absolute noob here, huh? Well.
So if you double Omni Slash someone, you actually spawn another Jug, and you end up controlling 2 Jugs separately.
And you can actually do that again, and you can actually multiply your Jugs like Meepo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a very pro advanced technique.
Only if you have really high APM though.
Yeah, it checks your APM before doing that, obviously, because otherwise it can't just give you another hero. Moon. X marks the spot, bring him back, Torrent, okay. There's the amplified damage and the bouncing boomerang. Or sorry, Shuriken. Changing this bounty from the Japanese to Australian. And I'm gonna find that Slaughter as oh well. Easy kills, all with track gold. This bounty is snowballing ridiculously out of control. But the best part about this is that despite bounty doing so well and him like getting all the track gold, Kunkka is actually very close behind him as well. An incredibly farmed hero who managed to snowball out of a lane with Pugna and even went for an Armlet of Morrigan to ensure this mid game.
And I love that he's queuing up the height. If he gets this height on Kunkka, he actually cannot die anymore. They can just start sieging the high ground. I don't like that bounty is going for SNY though. I feel like SNY is one of those really overrated items.
Really?
You get a bit of status resistance, you get some strength, but just compare that to being able to dispel amplify damage, dust, decrease. I just feel like the choice is obvious, but he does not agree with me, and I have a feeling he's a better bounty than me, so who am I to judge?
I do have a point though. I do find that Manta style does offer a lot this game. Well, on the bottom lane though, we're seeing a teamfight happen. Good RP, but okay, they RP, but they realize they can't really complete the Inkswell because Pinkman's already dead. They even stole a Slithering Crush, which means Pasot might also die here. Moon is not concerned about this Jug, actually goes and farms the Ancients in the middle of this team fight. Why? Because the Rubik is going to guarantee this Grimstroke kill. On he is the Shadow Poison. No, they got greedy with the last stack. They should have just activated it earlier. And now, Grimstroke will survive, Fly Solo will not.
Rubik stole the RP, so they could try to make a play with that. Especially since his RP lasts
longer
for somewhere close to 4 seconds instead of the usual.
Alright, we see Pugna trying to go against the bounty. That's an anti-crep, but they catch him. And 1 crit dead. And then he goes for the Grimstroke. He's like, what? Who are you fighting, Grimstroke? Why do you think you can beat me? Slaughter joins in as well. But the amplified damage won't do much against his bounty. Way too much armor. They're going to go for Basut. And with the track, it's an easy kill. Another track for the Slaughter. Make sure you can't go anywhere. No juking in the trees. RP stolen. There's the play that you're talking about. Turn the Slaughter into sushi. Kill him off. Moon with a torrent. Finish off this poor Parasite. And they don't even have time to use the track on him, I think. Wow. This game is just... I mean, it's over. I'm sorry. I don't usually say this, but it's just such a domination by the bounty. And you're also facing the track. It's an uphill battle. This, like you mentioned, the Empower is not working for the Juggernaut because the track is doing the same job but better.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of a game plan that LXG can go for, but like they're behind in all aspects. They don't even have better lockdown. They don't really have great catch for ganks. They're very far away from Blink on Magnus. In fact, he doesn't even have boots yet. And on top of that, even the carry is behind the enemy carry.
Yeah, and even the carry's going for Battle Fury as well. Oh, there's the Juggernaut. Look at that Empower bonus go! Fly solo, completely cancel that Blade Fury. Can they kill him off in the backlines? Going for Passot first. And Zap actually stole that Blade Fury as well. Trying to spin and deal some damage. They have to kill the healing ward. They accomplish it. Bounty's way too fast. Slaughter in the wrong position. TP super aggressively. Gets punished for it. Pinkman will die here. Armlet making sure that Moon doesn't get dealt too much damage. Pinkman, okay. Is he surviving? No. Goodbye. Assault Grass is the next item on Kunkka. Not the most common, like, second item on a Kunkka, but honestly, when you're winning by this much, yeah. And you also get a bit of tower pressure.
I still like the height more. He could just literally start hitting tier 4s.
Yeah, you could, yeah. I'm just, you know, like you say, I'm just looking at the items and saying,
is decent though.
Yeah.
Like, you do have a lot of physical damage in your team. You have a PA and a bounty, so... And you're up against a Slider Jack, so I don't think it's a bad item by any stretch.
But he's considered himself a heart. He was going for Desolator as well. I mean, honestly, at this point in the game, though, it doesn't matter as long as you itemize within some line, you know. And your item choices don't matter as much as the item choices for LXG because you have such a surplus of gold. Whereas LXG needs to make sure every item counts.
Bounty could sell his items and start rebuying them and still have the same net worth as Pugna.
Wow, that's actually very true. Oh. So he'd actually have more because consider that 3,000 net worth is his gold right now, so it's not his actual items.
Goodness.
Oh god, Parasite can't even, like, you can't outrun a bounty like this, and Kaneki in a similar position. Or it's like, guys, why are we stopping against the Janata steal as of Juggernaut when it's not struggling enough? The PA having Battle Fury also makes it a bit difficult because the Jug and Power is not really that much of a buff if the PA has the same buff.
Pugna, run!
They have track, but not using it. Oh, RR is showing his dominance. He's like, I run faster. I don't need the track. They catch him. Boomerang. There it is. LFT, or HMY, sorry, is dead. Yeah,
this is a tip for everyone in chat. Using someone and tipping out generally doesn't work. Because Yules last for 2.5 seconds and a TP lasts for 3. So unless the stun is like really slow somehow, it's impossible to do.
Yeah. Or unless they don't have a stun. Well, you can use something if you're trying to prevent their damage in the TP, right? That's fine.
You can use and then try to like juke into the trees, which is something that generally works, but tipping next to someone is not going to work.
Very good tip. Always have take into account the timings. But the real thing you need to do is use into a Meteor Hammer and then you TP. And then that's
also difficult because Meteor Hammer is also 3 seconds, right?
Exactly. So you just need to have the fastest APM in the game. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like I guess if they're at Wingblades level. Actually, I'm wrong. It's 2 seconds, so no, you wouldn't be able to TP either. Even my joke is wrong. Jesus Christ, I never see Meteor Hammer in games. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, so there's no way. You can't just TP. You need to use an RP if you want to TP. Actually, talk about Yules though. I did want to talk about one thing, which is the Pugna was forced to go for Yules super early, which is horrendous, by the way. The fact that you're forced away from your Ether Lens, which is a huge value item on a Pugna, and instead forced into Yules because you are against Kunkka, just shows you're not even given a chance to have some impact. This kind of utility Pugna is okay in the mid game, but not okay in the early because you don't really use the strength of your hero. And it's just a very difficult thing. It's not that he did it wrong. It's just that him losing the lane against Kunkka was huge here, and Bounty Hunter winning the lane against Juggernaut just settled the game here. There's no backup plan if you lose all 3 lanes.
AC is up for the Kunkka. The one thing they're missing on coming soon is a Vlad.
Yeah. I mean, who would grab the Vlads? Would you give it to one of the sports here?
I think anyone can buy a Vlad. Just like Bounty can just casually buy a hide.
I mean, there's two, yeah.
This game doesn't follow the rules.
Not common to see a Bounty heart, but when you can become the carry of your team, you know.
Look at me, I'm the carry now.
Exactly, yeah. I still don't love the Sanjin Yasha, but I think it was good for snowballing a bit. And then he goes for the 50 attack speed talent, if he'd want, he should, at level 15, with the help from the Kunkka, and the Assault Cuirass, and your bounty hits like a troll, essentially, with crits. So. Oh, Pinkman.
Man.
What is the plot here? I don't know what he was trying to accomplish. Creep skipping, maybe?
He wanted to, like, run deeper into the jungle so he could safely TP, but the bounty was already behind him.
And there's a difficulty as well with like if bounty actually does get the snowball, you can easily choke on the enemy team, which is what happened here, right? Like you just have presence all over the map. You can never see him. You have to waste money on sentries, which your supports clearly don't have. Hell,
normally you're a little bit of a glass cannon on bounty, so you can still get picked off. But this guy has 3000 HP and 22 armor. How do you kill this man? I guess if Pugna gets like 5 nether blasts with decrep and a full duration life drain, he can remove like 2000 HP.
Exactly, that's the degree you're putting at. It's very difficult. It's a tall order. And bye-bye Slardar. RR. Just waiting for HMY. Nether ward gonna be destroyed here. Honestly, those tracks just coming out make it very difficult for them to come close. PA is also really good with bounty. Stifling Dagger works really nicely with that track. And the racks go down. RR is actually tanking the 2 towers just to show his strength. He doesn't need to be there, but he's just doing it because why not? He has heart. He doesn't actually get dealt any damage. And LXG considering is like, should we throw GG, guys? Is this like too early? At what point is it okay to give up? RP on the TA?
Like LXG is just slightly masochistic at this point.
Yep. Magnus is gone. Kaneki in a similar situation. The Torrent with a ghost ship. Ghost ship hits 3. PA goes to the enemy fountain. She gets decrept. So she gets saved. LXG is just panicking and just suffering in full masochism. They lose the Aegis on the PA, but it's not a big deal. He has Phantom Strike anyway, can go to the Kunkka. There's the Omni Slash, divide among him the Bounty. Bounty can just take the whole Omni Slash, he's fine. They dust him. He's like, well, I don't care if you see me. I would have man fight all of you. The grep actually hurts him a bit more. Now the life drain, okay, they can kill him. Magic Stick ready. And Bounty's still too fast to get caught. Playing around with Kaneki, hoping to get the skill. He still has a track bonus, and there it is. He baited Kaneki right into that initiation, forcing that Blade Fury out. They get a nice skewer off. Kaneki now in trouble. They don't get the trek off in time. Doesn't really matter because they kill him off anyway. Now the Slardar in trouble. They track him up. Pinkman. Yep, GG. There it is. That's what we were like waiting for. I don't know. What do you say about this game? Like,
I am speechless. I just feel the pain. Like I've been on the receiving end of games like this, and at the end you're just... Normally you discuss a game, but after a game like this you just want to do something else. You just want to queue for a pod, and then maybe discuss this later, because this feels so bad. Like you lose every single lane, they snowball, and you just can't do anything. You don't have burst damage, you can't kill a single hero, not even the supports. So you just feel bad, man.
Yeah, I agree. It's just it's a difficult game to be playing, especially when you come from a game number 1 that kind of went in a similar way, where you feel just helpless, right? And this game number 2 is even more of a stomp. I will say though that the other mentality might affect them, but Coming Soon is playing considerably better, like considerably better this game. They didn't have any sloppy plays. Their draft was okay. Like, the lanes definitely were in their favor, especially the Bounty Hunter lane, but the rest of the lanes went still in favor of coming soon just because of better playstyle. The Kunkka did a fantastic job in the mid lane as well, and even the rotations were a bit better off. LXG could have tried to mitigate some of the bounty impact by just running a tri-lane up top, or at least rotating somewhat, using the Juggernaut's kill potential early.
I feel like it's a problem with more of these, like you call them, qualifier teams.
Yeah.
Their lanes are just too static.
Yep.
Like, we've seen from teams like NIP, when they are in a position where they have 3 losing lanes, they will even start rotating like 2 or 3 cores to a single lane to try and change the equilibrium a bit, try to get some kills and get some momentum somehow. But in this game, you could just slowly see LXG Esports lose all the lanes, and their inability to successfully rotate and stop this snowballing really showed.
Yeah, it is just an unfortunate lack of adaptability that these teams have. It's actually the hardest thing you learn, right, from playing from behind. In fact, you even see the best teams struggling to do that. There's very few teams that I would even consider, like, out of the, let's call them major teams? Out of the major teams, there's very few teams that can even actually play from behind, like, effectively. So it's a difficult thing to do. Well, in the end, coming soon though, very deservedly get a 2-0 against LXG. We'll see him now against ROG Titans in the last matchup of the day. This best of 3 will be coming very soon, haha, pun intended. And we will just be waiting for the lobby to start up. For those of you that enjoyed the cast, thank you for watching. My name is D Swordfish. I've been here with Wingblade Dota, and we've been watching these ESL India qualifiers for the ESL One Mumbai 2019 tournament. If you enjoyed the tournament at all, feel free to follow us on Twitch, like us on Facebook, or subscribe on YouTube, whatever you're watching. And if you didn't like us, then I'm sorry. We'll hopefully get some better quality Dota next time, I guess. We'll see you guys soon. Enjoy some tunes while you wait for the next match.